The divisional round is over, and now the real Super Bowl contenders have shown. The playoffs are really starting to heat up now that we're done with the wild card round and the divisional round. Lions in San Francisco is really good in the NFC, and Ravens and Chiefs are really good in the AFC. But here's my take on who I think will win each game. Let's start with the AFC, Ravens vs. Chiefs. Let's compare quarterbacks first. Lamar Jackson is 2-3 in the playoffs, while Patrick Mahomes is 13-3 in the playoffs. That being said, Mahomes has one extra year of experience on Lamar. So while it sounds like I'm going with Patrick Mahomes here, I'm actually going with Lamar Jackson. Look at his scrambling abilities, it's insane. Not saying that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have anything against Lamar. I think Patrick Mahomes personally is a better passer. But when the number 1 seed quarterback literally pulls a Bo Jackson and runs through the tunnel after scoring a touchdown, you gotta give it to him. Plus, when Kadarius Toney can't catch and McCole Hardman can't hold on to the ball, it's really hard to give it to the Chiefs here. Wait for it. Plus, Zay Flowers absolutely toasts defenders. The only 2 concerns that I really have for the Ravens is Travis Swifty, Kelsey, and Rishi Rice. Other than that, go Ravens. Now Lions vs. 49ers in the NFC. But before we get into my predictions, we have to talk about these Lions. So I was watching NFL Total Access, and I was trying to get a picture of what Golden Tate and Dan Campbell were saying about the Lions. So 14 billion pictures later, I got this. For the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell is the 3rd coach in franchise history to win multiple playoff games in one season, and he's the first to do it in the Super Bowl era. And Golden Tate started his tweet with some extremely inspiring words, saying, "Wow, wow, wow, wow." I can't believe it. People in Detroit have waited their entire lifetimes for just a playoff win, and now we are on our way to the NFC Championship. So happy for the city. As a Lions fan myself, I can agree. This Lions fan cried so hard after the Lions vs. Rams game that he literally got gifted free tickets to Lions vs. Bucks. That game was their first playoff win in 32 years, and it also was their first one at Ford Field. Then right after that, they did it again against the Buccaneers. Truly impressive. But I know that you guys are looking at the screen like this because you really just want the predictions, so let's get to it. Again, starting by comparing quarterbacks. Late in the regular season, Brock Purdy went on an interception streak. Recently, he has not thrown any interceptions, so that's pretty good. But when they were playing the other first seed in the AFC, he threw 4 interceptions. And while that hurt Purdy bad, he seems to have turned it around. But also at the middle towards the end of the season, Jared Goff also threw multiple interceptions over and over and over consecutively throughout the weeks. But just like Brock Purdy, he also turned it around. So during this whole game, I think both of them will play pretty good. But there is one big deciding factor for me. The biggest thing that I worry about for the Lions is that every single player that they have, the 49ers have the exact same thing or even better. Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brock Purdy, and Brandon Ayuk because Deebo Samuel might not play. David Montgomery and Christian McCaffrey, which there's no question there. Aiden Hutchinson, Fred Warner. And I don't like to say this as a Lions fan, but I really do think the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. So here it is. My Super Bowl 58 prediction is the Ravens versus the 49ers. As far as the running game goes for each team, the Ravens have the top MVP candidate, Lamar Jackson. He's so deadly and he's unmatched as a scrambling quarterback. But then you have who used to be the top MVP pick, Brock Purdy, who can sling the ball around pretty good. But Lamar Jackson is just so deadly, I have him over Brock Purdy. Now, when you go to wide receivers, the Ravens have Zay Flowers, obviously, and then the San Francisco 49ers, they might have Deebo Samuel, but he's injured right now, so it's more likely that they're going to have Brandon Ayuk. For this one, I'm going to go with Zay Flowers. But back to the running game, not only do the Ravens have Lamar Jackson, but for their actual running backs, they have Gus Edwards and Dalvin Cook. But none of them even come close to the 49ers' absolute powerhouse of a running back, Christian McCaffrey, aka CMC. Now over to the tight ends. You got unexperienced Ravens Isaiah Likely versus the 49ers' George Kittle, who's very experienced. As anyone could guess, I would obviously go to Kittle for this one, but props to the rookie Likely for making it all the way to the playoffs so early in his career. And lastly, over to the defensive side. According to Fox Sports, the 49ers have the third best scoring defense in the league, but the Ravens have the number 1 best scoring defense in the league. But on the rushing side, the 49ers are again third in the league, while the Ravens stand at 13th in the league. That's not very good for the Ravens because now they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Christian McCaffrey. But this is what seals the deal for me. The 49ers are 16th in the league in red zone defense, while the Ravens are 2nd in the league. So for that, my Super Bowl predictions are in. I think the Ravens will win it all this year. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to let me know what your guys' predictions are in the comments. Catch you guys in the next one.